Hello and welcome back to the Chronicles of Whispering Hollow. Today I'll be reading Chronicle 6, Brindle's Porch Lessons and the Seamstress of Whispering Hollow. In today's gentle story, we return to the hollow after the storm has passed, where the air feels fresh and the earth is quiet, and new lessons are ready to begin. Join the traveller, Fern and Brindle, as they visit Penelopy Possom's porch to learn the magic of words and discover that sometimes the most important lessons aren't just written, they are lived. This is a story about learning, patience, teamwork, and the quiet ways we help one another heal and rebuild. So settle in, get cozy, and let's wander back into Whispering Hollow together. The morning after the big storm, the air in Whispering Hollow feels washed and clean. Mist curls between giant gum trees, and droplets sparkle on every leaf. The traveller, Fern and Brindle, follow a winding track to Penelopy Possom's tree, a tall, sturdy gum with soft bark and a hollow that smells faintly of eucalyptus and honey. Lanterns made from flower pods hang at Penelopy's doorway, gently swinging in the breeze. A tiny wooden porch stretches around the trunk where Penelopy's lessons take place. On the table are bark paper books, chalk made from pressed shell dust, and ochre, and little slate leaves for practicing letters. Penelopy Possum greets them warmly, bushy full tail curled around a steaming cup of tea. The traveller and Fern introduce themselves and Brindle and his story. "Ah, my students, the best lesson," she says with a wink. "Start after a storm." Brindle sits carefully on the stool made of twisted roots. He looks nervous, his paws fidget with a piece of bark, and Fern gives him an encouraging nod. The traveller and Fern had decided to join the lesson to help support Brindle. Penelopy begins by drawing a letter in the dirt with her tail. "This one is B," she says, "strong and round like the trunks of our gum trees. B is for bark, for brave, and for Brindle." The possum's voice is soft and lilting. She turns every word into a story, explaining how each letter hums with its own energy, how words are like spells that help ideas travel from one heart to another. Brindle frowns at first, tracing awkward shapes on his leaf board, but Penelopy laughs kindly. "Mistakes are just the footprints of learning," she says. "Each one shows where you've been." As the day warms, the group shares lunch beneath the porch. Wattle tea, honey biscuits, and fresh leaves. Brindle begins to notice that letters are everywhere, in the curves of vines, the cracks in the bark, even in the pattern of clouds. He smiles shyly when he manages to write his name for the first time. "It's a good name," Penelopy says. "You see, words belong to you now, and when you practice and you share them, they'll grow." Just as the lesson ends, a tiny blue wren flutters in, chirping excitedly. It carries a piece of vine, twisted and tangled. Penelopy gasps. "The playground vines! They've nodded after the storm. The fairy hummocks and little homes will be trapped." Without hesitation, they pack their satchels. Fern gathers rope, the traveller grabs some supplies and readies a walking stick, and Brindle folds the letterboard under his arm. Penelopy smiles, eyes sparkling. "Let's see what words can build when joined with action." The Freds head down the winding path towards the hollow, where sunlight filters through the fresh green leaves. A faint shimmer glints between the trees, a thread of silver silk catching light like starlight. It floats and dances around where some ends are free. Penelopy whispers, "The Seamstress Spider must already be at work." Come along, little learners, there's another story waiting to be woven. As they travelled, another storm passed over, leaving the hollow quiet and heavy with the scent of wet bark, earth and eucalyptus. Mist still hangs low, wrapping the town in a soft silvery veil. The traveller, Fern, Brindle and Penelopy Possum make their way along a muddy track. The storm's path of mischief is clear. Fallen branches, puddles and twisted vines are everywhere. They soon reached the playground clearing. It had been a joyful place filled with laughter and chatter. Now it was tangled with vines, broken hammocks and drooping leaf swings. The saplings that held up the vine tunnels are bent low, looking tired and forlorn. Fern's ears droop. Oh no, all the little ones will be so sad. The traveller places a comforting hand on her back. Then let's see what we can do. As they step closer, a shimmer catches their eye. Threads of silver stretch between branches, glowing faintly where the sunlight breaks through. The vines seem to move with purpose, almost as though someone is guiding them. Then, from the heart of the web, the Seamstress Spider emerges, an orb weaver, her body dappled with gold and amber hues that glint like drops of honey. Her voice is soft, melodic, and full of calm. Her long legs contrast her large yellow striped abdomen. Ah, I see you've come to help. Whispering Hollow always sends help when it's needed most. Penelopy bows slightly. You must be the seamstress I've heard whispers about. The spider smiles. Some call me seamstress, others call me weaver of stories. I simply mend what has been torn, with silk or with kindness. The seamstress studies the broken vines and calls gently to the others. This playground was built with love. It remembers laughter, songs and stories. If we mend it together, it will remember that too. Each friend takes on a role. Fern, quick and light, untangles vines and gathers small sticks for weaving. Penelopy, thoughtful and patient, draws simple chalk marks on bark to map out the repairs. Brindle, stronger now and proud of his learning, reads her marks aloud, connecting letters with tasks. Tie here, lift there. The traveller, steady and resourceful, ties vines and holds branches in place. The seamstress hums as she works, her voice rising and falling like a lullaby. Her silk glows faintly, and wherever she weaves, the vines seem to strengthen and shimmer. She weaves little patterns between repairs, small pictures that tell stories of the hollow. Bella Bee dancing in flowers, Koala in his quiet corner, and the tea tavern glowing in the rain. Brindle pauses to watch. You're weaving stories. The seamstress nods. Every thread tells one. We all do, some with silk, some with words, some with kindness. Together they make the tapestry of the hollow. As they work, tiny houses and doors are uncovered, and each family comes out praising them all for helping them from the fallen branches. They all pile in to help, and before long, the last vine was tied. As dust settled and they all stood back to rest and look at the work they had accomplished, the playground looked different now, stronger, more beautiful. The vines glimmer with silvery threads that catch the fading light, forming delicate murals among the leaves. The seamstress steps back, her many eyes reflecting the warm glow of the hollow. It is mended, and more than mended. It remembers you now. Just then, the traveller hears soft bells in the distance, music and laughter carried on the wind. Fern's tail flicks excitedly. The Festival of Lights! It's tonight! The seamstress nods. Go! The hollow celebrates the return of light after every storm, but I think this year's festival will need more light than usual. And if you slow yourself down, Breathe deep and long and listen just right. You might hear the tick of time slowing, just for you, for this moment. Thank you for spending this quiet moment in Whispering Hollow. As the vines are mended and the playground comes back to life, we're reminded that every small act, every word, every kindness, and every helping hand becomes part of a much larger story. But the hollow isn't finished just yet. As the light returns after the storm, something special is about to begin. Lanterns will glow, music will drift through the trees, and the hollow will gather once more for something truly magical. In the next story, we step into the Festival of Lights, where every thread, every spark, and every heart comes together, and where the traveller's journey begins to change in ways they never expected. Until then, take a little of the hollow with you. Slow down, breathe deeply, and notice the small magic around you.